Regional Head of ICICI Prudential AMC.
We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Vanakkam. Yeah. So how many of you are from outside Chennai? Outside of Chennai? Last row le irkeenga, center row le irkeenga? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Great. Welcome. Welcome to Chennai. Chennai climate eppadi irukke? Superb. Yeah, so we are from Chennai. We love Chennai nowadays. You know, Chennai, the climate is, people from Chennai are experiencing a great climate. So not only climate, I think stock markets are also keeping us very, very busy nowadays. Yeah, interesting. So last year, present பண்ணும்போது it was predominantly என்ன trends industry ல நடந்துட்டு இருக்கேன்னு ஒரு presentation தான் last year நான் எடுத்தேன். Obviously marketsல எந்த மாதிரி funds அதிகமா clients வாங்குறாங்க, என்ன மாதிரி sectors boom ஆகுது. லாஸ்ட் இயர் எடுக்கும்போது ஒரு ரொம்ப ரெலவெண்ட்டான ஒரு அவுட்புட் என்ன இருந்ததுன்னா HNI segment is growing very, very high. You know, HNI segment and அவங்களோட participation is growing very, very high. I think இந்தியாவில் வந்து there is lot of changes, ஒரு ட்ரெண்ட் சேஞ்ச் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு நிறைய விஷயத்துல. I think நம்மள எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணது is that, இந்த க்ரௌட்ல இருக்க எவ்வளோ பேர் SUV கார் ஓன் பண்றீங்க இப்போ? How many of you are owning SUV cars? Yeah, good, nice. So there is a good trend which is changing. 42% of cars innike எந்த மாதிரி segments buy power பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it is all SUVs. So premiumization is happening in India. Not only in SUVs but across different segments நம்ம எடுத்து பார்த்தோம்னா there is a lot of change is happening in the market. So this time I thought what should we do in terms of what is the upcoming opportunity? That was the idea in the presentation எடுக்கும்போது I thought, what is changing in India? What are the things which are coming in within wealth management? What is the segment which is actually growing? I think இது நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு data point, and this is the core strength that, at financial industry, it is nothing but the population of India which is growing. And interestingly, I think the income levels is also growing very, very high. I think எனக்கு ரீசெண்டாக பண்ண எல்லாம் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஒரு ஸ்லைட் வந்து இந்த ஸ்லைட் தான். ஐ திங்க் திஸ் ஷோஸ் எ லாட் ஆஃப் இன்புட் ரிகார்டிங் எந்த மாதிரி செக்மெண்ட் க்ரோ ஆகிட்டு இருக்குன்னு. ஐ திங்க் 2015-16, 2020-21, 2030-31 and expected by another 20 years down the line இந்த pyramid எப்படி இருக்கணும்? Usually பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it looks like a pyramid, upper middle class and richer class and then the middle class and the lower middle class. So if you see less than 1.25 lakh in 2015-16 on the period வந்து less than 1.25 lakh, around 209 million மக்கள் தான் இருந்தாங்க இந்தியாவில். And interestingly, the second, the bracket which you are seeing around 735, this is the aspiring bracket. These are people, who have a huge aspiration to grow in life. And multimillionaires are from that aspiring crowd. I don't know how many of you believe that. There's a lot of multimillionaires, even in the Indian Inc., if you see, there's a lot of people, who were not born billionaires, but, they were from the aspiring class, which has grown up to the, the rich class. So one of the most interesting slides, and I think as we grow, the income levels of individuals grow higher. I remember when my dad started 1962, his first salary was nearing around 250 rupees, he says. Today, I think it has changed way, way ahead. The gross income levels have gone up. I'm sure that is reflecting in all segments, how we eat, how we wear, what we drive, how we consume. How can financial industry be different? எல்லா விஷயத்துல வந்து அந்த premiumization நம்ம பார்க்கும்போது I'm 100% sure there is a huge potential, and financial industry also clients are also thinking like that. So I think that is the reason why I wanted to show the opportunity in the market. Look into interesting, இது ரொம்ப interesting ஆன slide. See 2003 லேந்து if you see what is the financial net worth, how is financial net worth in India grown? I think very, very important slide. It shows that every financial, and a lot of people today, the previous presenter also told 1,000 children who have also started thinking of creating their own assets. So I think financialization of assets India la nadandittu irukke. Lot of people are moving into financialization of assets, and that is a quick trend which is also happening today. I think one big alternate is a big space. I'm just trying to share an idea that, alternates as a product, India irke. I will just give a small history. How many clients are there in, PMS? PMS, AIF, especially PMS, we have only 164 lakh clients are there. That's the only clients who are there in the PMS and AIF product, especially in the PMS products. And look into the growth which has happened. In the last 10 years, 3x growth has happened in this particular business. And last 5 years, it has phenomenally also grown. Interestingly, AUM, if you see, what is AUM? We all remember what is the AUM of, mutual funds. Mutual funds AUM is approximately nearing or 60 lakh crore. PMS, that is discretionary PMS, non-discretionary PMS, and advisory PMS, the AUM of that is nearing around 35 lakh crore. 33 lakh crore is the AUM of PMS which is there. 23 lakh crore is debt. So technically, nearing around 10 lakh crore of AUM is already there in India, which is under the PMS route. So I think the point to understand is that this is one business which is growing very, very fast in India. Clients are wanting to look into this opportunity in the market, and there is actually a big opportunity which is lying ahead. So ideally, if you have to see as a mutual fund distribution, what was my PMS AUM or what is my current PMS AUM? Am I taking this proposition to my customers? If you are not taking to the customers, I'm 100% sure there is another distribution who is wanting to. Ilena, this is not going to grow up in this way. So I think very, very important. Maybe 20 years back, we had a fight between FD and MF, right? Yeah, we always wanted to prove that, we have a better proposition than the fixed deposit. Yeah, fixed deposit is a better proposition in mutual fund. Experience that. I think there's a little bit fight. Some of you will not be convinced saying that, okay, mutual fund gives me a better product. I understand mutual fund is a better product. It has become a commodity today. Mutual fund as a product with all the support and all the work that you have done. Today, mutual fund become a, kind of a pull product. More than mutual fund, it is SIP which is bought. Any client wants to do SIP. Not mutual fund. They said, SIP. So it has become a kind of a pull product. Yeah. So I think 20 years back, where FD and mutual fund was there, today we have mutual fund and PMS. So I am very, very sure PMS AIF as a category today. And if you see in US, I think we have more number of asset managers. There are more than 700 asset managers who are there, and there is a good amount of scope. So there's a big volume of business which is currently happening. I think this is a journey of alternatives and AIF. So if you look into the journey, how this business has grown, we have put it everything. We have put the PE, venture capital. I put all the businesses which comes under alternatives figuring here. So I think huge amount of business, and I am sure it is not only Chennai. I am sure people from across Tamil Nadu interestingly, I'll tell you, we have large tickets coming from even the smallest of the smallest town. I don't want to name the towns. Any town, you can imagine there is a PMS business or an alternate business which is coming. Yeah. So I think huge opportunity. Mutual fund versus under mutual fund HNI evlo irukke. Under HNI evlo PMS irukke is the point. So we are only 2% of the entire mutual fund. Basically, there is only 2% which is investing into PMS. I think that is something which is a very important opportunity. We have alternatives as a very aggressive internally. ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, I think one business. So we have mutual fund business, we have PMS and AIF business. Adilame, we have a real estate business. So in the moon business, I think the fastest growing in the last 3 years at the Badana is the PMS AIF business. We have in fact grown by at a pace of around 80%. The growth of our PMS AIF is at around 80%. Mutual fund for us is growing at the rate of around 25%. And real estate is something which is, we have come up with the first product which is under the real estate, which is office, yield optimizer product. So I think we are experiencing as manufacturers, experience a phenomenal growth in this business, which is PMS. So there is an acceptance. The point that I'm trying to tell you is that, realize that, if we are not doing it, or if you are not taking it to your clientele, I'm sure. Last time I told a story about an MFD, story of Jamnagar. How many of you remember story of Jamnagar? Yeah, I told a very small story of Jamnagar. Okay. How many of you remember story of Jamnagar? So we have a MFD who is Muna the generation. Yeah. So his grandfather started doing predominantly LIC. Yeah, almost 20-25 years. His grandfather did LIC to all his clients. His father came into the business and he was also there for almost 20-25 years. The product that he sold to the same set of clients was mutual funds. Yeah. And without even disturbing the insurance or the LIC of the business. So their clients continues the LIC business. Over and above that, his father continued getting the mutual fund business. And the next generation in 2019 they joined. In fact, he created almost 130 crores of PMS business in the last 3 years. So I think it is the same client who has given insurance to his grandfather. It is the same client who has given mutual fund to his father. It is the same client who has given PMS to his the third generation who is into the business. So I think it is not that there is a different client who will buy this product. I can tell you, don't desell mutual fund and do PMS. Yeah, PMS kan or AUM and positioning is there. So do not desell, the other product to sell this particular product. There is money which is there. There are clients who are wanting to put money into the proposition. I think future is phenomenal. Today we are, maybe in 2023, mutual fund was 50 lakh crore, AIF was 8.2 lakh crore, PMS was around 5.3 lakh crore. Almost by 2027, we believe that the mutual fund industry will be around 93 lakh crores with the growth that is currently happening at around 18 to 20%. PMS and AIF business will definitely grow at around 26 and a 10 lakh crores. So look into the growth of this business. This business is expected to grow at least 3 times of that of mutual fund. So I think, or a trend change, another trick, in terms of everything. Premiumization is happening in every aspect of the life. I am sure premiumization will also happen in the mutual fund and the financial markets. And today, I think we are just exposing to this product, which is nothing but, the PMS and AIF. So I think I'll just try to share a few trends which happen in the market. This is one of a very important trend. This is more market knowledge, not the product knowledge. So if you see, 2020 ke munnadi, market was giving a lot of valuation to B2C companies. Yeah, B2C companies, market was giving a lot of valuation. So if you see the darker cycle, before 2020, the earning growth which was happening, or the PAT, profit after tax sort of growth, B2C companies was growing at around a CAGR of 14%. And if your investments or mutual funds were there in that segment, obviously, that growth would have been captured. Look into the growth of B2B companies. There was a trend which was there before 2020. B2B companies were only growing at 3%. Look into the trend post 2020. Yeah, on the right side, if you see, B2B companies started to get a lot of profit growth. So that is on the PE growth. This is profit after tax. So the profits of the B2B companies, in fact, grown very, very high. So I think that is a trend change which happened in 2020 in India, and it still continues. In the last 1 year, in the B2C companies also have given the catch up. That is what has been seen. So 26% growth is what happened. So the reason why I'm telling you this trend is that because, see, as an asset manager or as a mutual fund manager, am I able to capture this trend is an important question, you see. Which are the mutual funds which would have captured this trend in their respective funds? Very, very important, right? If you're not investing market in the valuation capture higher. So this is a beautiful trend that has happened in the market. I think as investment managers in PMS, this is interesting data. Look into the PAT growth. Now, B2C companies and B2B companies sort of growth. What was it before 2020 and what is the market cap? Where is the valuation coming into the picture? So we saw profit growth. Now we are seeing into where is the market giving value to. So I think recently, I think the trend is there. We have seen the trend changing happening. The reason why I'm trying to tell is that as a PMS fund manager, am I able to capture this growth? Either now capture pannona, definitely it will be showing there in the portfolio. I'm just giving a small trend. I think interesting data that we have in our PMS. So fundamentally, I think profit is a very important aspect. Stock price mele ponna, profit mele pogno. So we have put across a small data point of all the listed companies in India. whichever are listed, I have put across, how many of them have grown above 15%? 15%. Why is 15%? I think we see that, there is a, inflation which is there in the country, and there is something which is real inflation. So anything above the real inflation is something which is growing. So any company is growing above that is a good company. So the focus is that how many companies have grown above 15%. At bad times of the market also, if you see 2010, 11, 12, there were 79 and 77 companies who had grown above 15%. So this is a trend. I'm trying to give you an understanding that, the objective of a PMS fund manager in IPRO is to ensure that at the first run bucket le. See, there are companies who have degrown by minus 15% also. If you see into year like 2021, we are around 106 companies who grew less than 0%. Yeah, less than 0% with a 5-year growth rate at the patuna. So obviously, there are, companies who gain phenomenal trend change. So I think this is the important point. One more important data point is that, if you saw that, the B2B companies or a trend change. See, from 2020, there's a trend change. So if you see, be it chemicals, capital goods, construction, automobile, power, all these segments, on the extreme right, there is top 100, which is technically large cap. Yeah. Look into the percentage of companies which are there in large cap in those. You will definitely not see any opportunity that is there in large cap. Yeah. On these companies. So we are very positive on certain segments in the last 3 years. We are able to capture up that opportunity in the last 3 years is the point that I'm trying to tell. So the efficiency of a PMS fund manager lies in to change, look into the trend and change the allocation. So if I am somebody who wants to have a better, PAT growth in my portfolio, if I have to look into ROE, I'm sure a PMS fund manager has been able to do that. So that is a very important point which is there. I don't know how many of you will realize this portfolio. We have almost zero IT. Yeah, do you have a portfolio? Ungaloda portfolio you can pick up report or a client exposure in the sector. Today data point is there, technology is there. If you have given clients 3 funds and the 3 funds exposure is there into what sectors. So when you see that, see what exposure of your client, exposure is going into. So when you sell more funds, it is more of an index investing. See, across the PMS funds that we have, we have been zero into IT currently. We have not have any exposure into IT. Yeah. Even financials, if you see, if you see financials, you will not see financials. Here 29. Financials break panno. Financials can be broken into private banks, PSU banks. Financial can be broken into NBFC. Financials can also be broken into AMC business, general insurance business. So there is a segment which has grown. So you will definitely see a trend difference. Yeah. Than your existing portfolio. So there is something which is different, which is available in this segment, and that is why, there is a differentiation from it. Is not a comparable product, but I'm sure there is a differentiated product which is available. I'm not going into the product detail. I just thought I will share, what is the opportunity which is there. Interestingly, one last slide, we call this slide as a magic slide. Internally, in the slide, the magic slide. Reason being, end of the day, fund manager or delivery return mattu irukadu. What is the portfolio? And the portfolio is also important. We call internally in the slide, magic slide. See, look into the portfolio. So look into the PAT growth. Usually mutual fund invest we don't care about the PAT growth. It is the end of the day performance, which is the second. So 3-year performance is there of the fund. On both sides, what has been the PAT growth? And the contra pipe portfolio wonder, what is the PAT or the profit after tax of those companies? Interestingly, you will see it is more correlating. I have pipe which is nothing but small cap. Interesting, how many of your maybe mutual fund space in valuation and mid and small cap discomfort solve. But on the other side, look into my small cap, mid cap and small cap. I don't know, is there any fund in the industry where the P of the small cap fund is at 18? Is there any fund in the industry where the P of the small cap fund is at 18 is the question. So, and with a profit after tax of around 38%, nearing 40% profit after tax of the last 3 years. This slide 1 year back was around 72%. Yeah. And look into the ROE, return on equity that is there. So, obviously, not the only single data point, quantifying to the importance of the product, I think there is a differentiation of the product. And I'm sure in the world that we are living today, where premiumization is the very important aspect, clients will also want to experience a part of their particular money into this. Yeah. So I think on this side, I think we spoke a lot about the PMS. I think one interesting fund we have, which is nothing known as an enhanced dynamic. Usually AIF structures will be there for 4 to 5 years, unless 6, 7 years lock-in. We have a very open-ended AIF structure, which is nothing known as it's an open-ended AIF. And PMS, we require a certification. I don't know how many of you know that for selling alternatives, which is alternative investment fund, which is just an extension of mutual fund, we don't require certification as of now. Yeah. So there is no certification which is required when you do a AIF. Interesting AIF, I think, what do we know? Lower risk, lower return. So if you see on the extreme left, we have product like debt. Lesser risk, lesser return. As we go right, hybrid where there is a little bit more risk and why is it going up? Because risk wise increase the returns wise male. So when it is going up, the return is increasing. When you are going right, risk is increasing. Equity funds will be on the extreme right. So here is a product where the potential of return is equivalent to that of a equity fund or even better. But on the same side, the risk is even lesser than a hybrid fund. Yeah. That is a very important aspect to understand. So risk versus reward table namak ellarkum puriyum. Yeah, nammadu edukra risk endalukku return generate panna mudiyum. So I think we always are in the segment of coming out with new propositions. So we have an interesting product which is known as enhanced dynamic. It's an open-ended AIF. Now interestingly, there are advantage on the I'm sure electricity dangerous or safe? Electricity, is it dangerous or safe? Safe. Safe.
Depends on who is handling.
How you are handling it. Yeah. So if you go and catch up electricity which is going, electricity line you end up in a shock. But same electricity, when it comes down to your house in an organized way, it is powering everything that you require, right? Today, I think our lives are all dependent upon the electricity. The same is with the next word that I'm going to use. So I'm sure how many of you know about derivatives? Derivatives, you think derivatives is riskier or is it safer? Depends. How you handle it is very important. Yeah. Yeah. The same like electricity. If you go and catch derivatives nakedly, I'm sure you are going to have a difficult time. The same is with this product. So we use derivatives in this product. 70% is pure mutual fund, which is pure, and 30% is derivatives. Now the only thing which I want you to believe is that at IPRU, we will not use naked catching of the electricity. Yeah, we will use derivatives in the favor of generating alpha to the product. Yeah, alpha to the product. Yeah. So within the portfolio, we'll do futures and options, 30%, and create alpha to the product. Interesting, the product advantage is that, the range of this product, like LRCom balance advantage fund, the range is 30 to 80. The range of this product is 0 to 140. Which means that, if market is going up, for example, I'll show you a return of 1 month return, which is May return alone. May market, what was the return of market in May? May month mattum. That 1 month, what was the return in the market? 0.03%. Nifty delivered 0.03%. And this product has delivered around 2.58% return. So there is a product where the participation is very high, and when the market is down, the protection is also very high. That is the interesting product which I wanted to book. And with an equity level. So this is a slide which is showing what is the average equity level. Today we are at around 42%, 43% of net equity. I will show you an interesting slide. This is known as a capture ratio slide. Usually our returns, what is the return of the fund? How much is the return is generated, right? Here I am showing you something which is new, which is known as capture ratio. What is capture ratio? If market is gone up by 5%, what is in the fund evlo percentage capture pannirukanga? Or if market is going down by 5%, to what extent it is capturing that minus also is known as capture ratio. So interesting, if you see, so we have put monthly because we involve derivatives in this fund. So we have taken out monthly return. And if you see anything above 1, when market is going up is beautiful. Ilya? Because market X% return kuduthirupanga, in the fund has returned X plus more. If market negative pogumbodhu, if it is given 0.5, which means that market negative 10% pogumbodhu, this fund has given only minus 5% return. So there is a beautiful amount of downside protection which happens in this fund. I'm not taking much time. 3 data points I will show you. Interesting data points. The bottom is the return which we always tell. So the first 1 month return is something that I shared to you verbally. Yeah, market given approximately 0.03% return on that particular month, and look at the return that this fund delivered. So it has captured around 63% in that 1 month, 63% capture of the product. And if you see on the right, 1 year return is 37%, whereas the Nifty has given 23%, and the comparable, hybrid fund has given 19% return. Phenomenal return. Interestingly, idhukku mele irukra rendu data point is more interesting. What does that mean? Standard deviation. Endalavukku vandu in the product is taken the risk of investing. See, for example, the standard deviation was only 4 and the market standard deviation is 8, which means that adiyo standard deviation irundha enna nadakum? You will get more returns and you will also lose more when the market is actually coming down. On the right is the Sharpe ratio. I'm not getting into explaining what is Sharpe ratio. Simple word is onana. Sharpe ratio denotes that, if market le na edukra risk, if supposing now one step risk edukrena, and the edukra risk le evlo return generate panna mudiyum, and the edukra risk evlo return generate panna mudiyum is Sharpe ratio. So Nifty oda Sharpe ratio paranga, it is only 1.27. Whereas in the product oda Sharpe ratio is around 3 points, which means that எடுக்கிற சின்ன ரிஸ்க் இருக்கு இல்லையா, with derivatives, it is able to generate more return than the market. So that is the last point which I want to tell. Interesting product. I think this is an open-ended AIF, so we can have 1,000 customers in this fund. We'll have the series coming up. Very interesting line. I am sure any client who understands risk versus reward, any client who has been in market for more than 10 years, any client who has seen 2 cycles, 3 cycles, and any client who has not come into the markets, can also look into this product, because the standard deviation is lower than the market and the capture or the Sharpe ratio is more. So definitely this can be a product which can be given to any customer. So that is the thought. So I think the industry is growing very, very fast. The PMS and alternate industry is going faster. PMS fund managers have delivered alpha. There are unique products in this. As I told you, the third business, which is real estate. So we have something known as a office yield optimizer. If some of your clients would want to buy a commercial plot. Sir, I was selling that E-flat. Yeah, something known as an E-flat. There will be a lot of clients who wants to do, commercial buying. Yeah, commercial portal and the commercial lend on the yields edukra the product. So we have something known as office yield optimizer, which is going to invest into commercial. And today in India, there is going to be a phenomenal growth for commercial property, because I think market is moving towards that. So I think that is a big opportunity. There are, good products which are come up, and at IPRO, we always have this innovation coming out with new ideas. So with that, I think we are also come out with a, this is my personal agenda. I'm just taking 5 more minutes. We are coming up with a new NFO in the, in the coming weeks. The name of the fund is nothing but, Energy Opportunities Fund. I think the reason why we have come out with this fund today is because, there is a huge opportunity that we see, in this segment. Roti, kapda, makan. Yeah, idhaan vandu nama kettirukom. What is the basic necessity? Roti, which is nothing but food, kapda, cloth, and shelter. Yeah, as roti, kapda, makan is become basic. Today's basic enna irukku. What is the basic for today? Oh, mobile. Beautiful. So telecom is the basic today. Yeah, you need connectivity. Yeah. What is the next basic today? Adile vandrom. Connectivity illa. Telecom lo vandrom. Yeah. What are the other basics today? Power. Sir, if power was not there, this meeting would not have happened. Yeah, I would not have used this. I would not have sent my PPT to here. So power becomes a basic necessity today. What else is a basic necessity today? Beautiful. So you are doing my job. So transport has become a basic necessity today, right? Otherwise, we would not have come here to this venue. So I think today's world, the basic necessities have become power, transport, and telecom. I think just to give a small data point, how many customers does Bharati Airtel has? How many customers? 50 crores customers is what? 50 crore, we are 140 crore population. 50 crore customers is what Bharati Airtel has. The ARPOI, which is average rate per user, how much they make every user? 180 to 190 rupees. Imagine if they make 10 rupees profit on this 50 crore. What is the profit that they will make? Yeah? By increasing just 10 rupees. How many of you have seen 30-day pack? Do you see 30-day pack? So there is no 30-day pack. நம்ம பிஸ்கட்ல பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, முன்னாடி 10 ரூபாயில இவ்வளவு பெரிய பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட் வந்துட்டு இருந்தது. அதுக்கப்புறம் அதே 10 ரூபா தான் அந்த பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட் என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு, சின்னதா. இப்போ வந்து அதோட சின்னதா வருது. யா, அதே தான் இதுலயும் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. முன்னாடி அந்த 30 டே பிளான் இருந்தது, இன்னைக்கு 30 டே பிளானே கிடையாது, 28 கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. இப்போ 26, 24 இருக்கு. யா, so this is the opportunity, and we believe this is a very, very long theme. Yeah, it's a long lasting theme. So this segment is going to be available. We are coming up with this NFO, which is on the 2nd of July. I would request the support of all of you. A very, very long lasting theme. Yeah, this is not a narrow theme, because the 3 segments that this is going to cater to is the basic necessity of today's world. Point number 1. So it is an everlasting theme. Number 2, this theme is not the glamour of the market. Yeah, what do you mean by glamour of the market? யாருமே அவங்களே வந்து இப்போ பார்க்கறது இல்லை. Yeah, glamour na enna? Everybody will look into that particular segment. So this is not the glamour of the market, unfortunately. Yeah, but this is basic in nature. இது இல்லாம நம்மளால வாழ முடியாது. அதே டைம்ல மார்க்கெட்ல வந்து இந்த செக்மெண்ட்ல valuation is not so great. So if you see Nifty 50 oda valuation point of view la pathona, in the segment is available as 40% cheaper. So if you want to invest in the market at 40% cheaper, I think this segment is available. There are certain stocks which are costlier, but the broader. So 170 companies are available in this universe. Around 40 to 50 companies is what we'll invest. So I think it's a great opportunity with the limited time. I think we have an expertise of handling this segment. Why I'm telling expertise? Because if you look into the last so many years, that's last 5 years, I'm just put the names of some of these companies which will fall in this segment. See what is IPRO owning on all of these companies. So this segment has been well researched in ICICI. என்னோட இந்தியா ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியாக இருக்கலாம், வேல்யூ டிஸ்கவரியாக இருக்கலாம், டிவிடெண்ட் டீல்டாக இருக்கலாம். Across all fund managers have created alpha because of this also. So now we are coming out with a fund focusing on only this particular segment. Lastly, I think we have had a lot of NFOs previously. Just a snapshot of whenever you come out with an NFO, there is a big reason for this, and there is an great experience that we have brought in whenever we have brought in an NFO. And lastly, to say, I think we are very clear that we will invest the money post the budget. So we are looking forward for the budget as an organization. This money completely will be collected and invested depending on the budget, because if there is triggers helping for this, we will be all in. Yeah, apart from that, there is already a well-defined, and if there can be some measures which can be very, very positive, because there is a CRC rule. The rule is known as CRC. There is a CRC rule which comes out in power. It comes every 5 years. The new CRC rule is very, very positive for this segment. That's the only thing which I can tell you. 2014 to 19, it was very stringent, and that is why all the companies under this segment went through very bad patch. The current CRC rule, which is started from 2024 to 20, and that is one more reason why we have come out to this fund. Yeah, we have been using this fund in most of our funds to create alpha for the fund managers. Now we believe the current CRC rule and the way where India is getting into that phase where the per capita power consumption will go up, there is going to be a power deficit. We have a budget which can be populistic in nature, or I'm not commenting it will be populistic, but there can be certain measures which can be positive for this. We also can invest international in this. We also can go off theme in this 20%. So when we go off theme 20%, I'll give you a very small example. The name of the company, Warren Buffett's company's name? Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, sorry, that didn't come in. Of the last 2 years, their highest investment has gone to one company which is in power and energy. The highest investment that Berkshire Hathaway has done in global market is to that one company which is into the power segment. So it's something which is going to change a lot in the coming years, and that is why we are very positive on this particular theme. Once again, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Yeah, and thanks the IFPA team for giving us this opportunity to express our thoughts. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Jeevan. That was... So I think for your information, many people in this hall, in fact, their PMS AUM is more than the mutual fund AUM.
Oh, wow.
So
Great.
Yeah, let me call...
I would have presented the data. Unfortunately, what is that we have the mutual fund data, but we don't get the PMS data of the market. Yeah, we don't know what is the PMS AUM. We get the pan India. If that was a figure, I would have put that as the first slide. Yeah. Thank you.
So let me call upon Kumar. Mr. Kumar.
Thank you, Mr. Jeeva, for adding value to the different investments and funding ideas. Your clarity and knowledge was awardingly thought-provoking and inspiring. Thank you for that valued contribution to the Utsav IFPA gathering today. Can we have a round of applause for the